I welcome you guys back into my nice beautiful video. I understand every single day that if you're just talking much more every single day and you're focusing upon giving people ideas and giving people your life story, you're going to understand every single day that it's much more important that you understand Grant Cardone today is doing a nice beautiful event where you can go to his nice beautiful 10x GrowthCon, and you can also make sure that you can call his number. You have to understand every single day that he has a nice beautiful number where you have team members of his nice beautiful place where you can go and really promote people every single day in your videos if you want. I promise you all that what's important every single day is understanding that communicational skills is the way to go. And now every single day I'm looking to talk to myself all day long in a way that I'm teaching you right now in this video how I'm talking. I understand although that I talk the same way without you, without documenting myself. So when I go out and about somewhere and I'm traveling with my bicycle or something, I'm just talking with myself. And I'm just talking in a positive way all the time. You understand? Because that's what you need to do every single day to make sure you're growing. And now I understand if you want to achieve something, you have to speak it into fruition. And I understand everybody can do that very quickly. I understand that every single day it's much more about making sure that you communicate in a way that's going to help you move forward. And then you have to understand it's more about labeling your words in a way that you can understand your word I. I promise you now, if you understand the word I, you can now do anything you ever want, because the word I is something that's provoking you in a way that you're going to move forward, and then you're going to come back to the I and then focus upon how to communicate. I understand every single day that if you understand how to really lift yourself in your communicational skills every single day, you're going to focus upon just making sure every single day you have the nice beautiful planning skills, you have the planning strategy you need. You're going to focus upon understanding about what you need to do daily to focus upon talking about the world much more so that you can focus upon growth. I promise you now, those people who are speaking much more every single day in their videos and doing something around the world where they can go on YouTube and social media today, where you can go and really develop people, you have to understand it's more about your development than other people's development today, because I understand that here I have to talk, and because I have to talk, I understand I have to grow. I promise you now, when you're talking more, you're growing. And so because I'm talking here, it's because I'm growing. I promise you, it's much better to understand to speak up than to be silent. And now understand this, I promise you that it's much better to sometimes even be silent when other people are talking to you. But when you're talking to yourself and when you're with yourself, never ever be silent with yourself. Never be silent with yourself. You understand? Make sure you understand that. If you're silent with yourself, it means you're dying. You understand? Actually, it means you're passing away. So if you understand that, with yourself, really, you have to be speaking in your bed. You have to be speaking something. You have to be speaking something. You have to be speaking a better life. You have to understand every time your mouth must be always moving forward. You understand? You have to understand your mouth must be documenting everything much better. And then you have to understand, you have to focus upon understanding to never be silent with yourself, but be silent with other people. Now, if you're silent with other people, you're going to succeed. But if you're silent with yourself, you're going to die. Now, that's it. Now, I was very silent with myself before because I didn't understand how to communicate. Now I understand how to communicate because I see how to communicate. I understand every single day that if you just focus upon understanding your life, and you have to understand, I never understood before how to communicate. And that's the difference between somebody who understands how to communicate and those people who never understand. Because the difference between anything in terms of life where you have to understand your communicational style every single day is something that must move forward. You have to understand every single day you have to go and really be quick about your music and what you're doing. But if you just focus on lifting your words daily, I promise you it's your prayer. I promise you it's the way you pray. I promise you now, the way you pray is how you communicate, and it's also your habits, and it's also your schedule, and it's also how you feel about Jesus Christ. I promise you it's more about how you feel about Jesus Christ and yourself more than anything. So you are much more important than everything else. You must understand every single day that if you focus on yourself the most, you then have Jesus Christ in your life. Or actually, it's more if you're focusing on other people other than you, it's because you have no God and you have no Jesus Christ and you have no you either. You have to understand that God's with you only. God's never with other people. You understand? There is no other people. There's only you in life. God's nowhere else except you. If you just focus on you, you'll find God. Now, every single day, I focus upon myself the most because my word I is much more important than myself. Now, every single day, I understand every single day to focus upon how to lift my words daily. But when I lift my words, I go in front of people now, and I'm very strong about it. I'm very strong to be in front of people now and communicating. And it's very easy to communicate and have a girlfriend and have friends. It's very easy to be able to be the lead I realize it's much better to understand that it's very easy to be the lead spokesman or lead spokeswoman or whatever. You have to understand every single day to focus upon understanding that you just need to communicate better with yourself. And then Now, if you want to go and be the lead's spokesperson in life, you have to understand, you have to have stewardship. You have to understand every single day you have to go and communicate all this nice, beautiful empathy and power in your life, but understanding every single day that if you focus upon understanding, for example, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now he goes into the gym and he's pumping and he's pumping and he's chewing gum. He's chewing gum and he's just pumping the weights all day long. He's 5 hours in the gym pumping weights, and guess what? He feels no pain. You have to understand that when you're training and you're doing muscle work, you have to feel no pain eventually. You understand? Because eventually, when you're doing 50,000 chin-ups, you can do it because your muscles never feel the pain anymore. You understand? Because that's the whole point of, let's say, doing gym work and doing the nice, beautiful aspect of communication. So when you're able to, let's say, go into your communication work and you're able to go and lift yourself with your biceps, and you're able to lift up your legs again and again and again, and you're able to get all these big muscles, you have to understand that you can be in the gym 24/7 and be pumping the muscles all day long, and it's healthy for you. Actually, now nobody said that you have to rest. Nobody is saying that you have to rest your muscles. You never have to rest your muscles. You never have to. But what's amazing is while you're doing the nice, beautiful bicep curls and you're training your muscles all day long, without sleep, actually, what happens is understand that eventually you're going to break through and you're never even going to sleep anymore. Now, if you understand that if you have to go, if you say you have to sleep, you never have to sleep, man. You never have to sleep. You never have to go and do what other people are doing. But what you need to understand is those people who say that have to sleep, they eventually go to sleep. If you understand to never sleep, you never need to sleep then. Now, guess what? Did Jesus Christ sleep? Now, nobody understands that other than I. Jesus Christ never sleeps. Jesus Christ never sleeps. He may close his eyes, but he's never sleeping. Jesus Christ is always talking to himself. Behind the scenes, I promise you. Although every time you have to understand that you must never sleep. You must be speaking out before you even sleep. You must be speaking out more words of encouragement with yourself to overcome the sleeping nature of your life. You must understand that if you can overcome sleep, you can overcome anything. You can overcome anything in this lifetime because Jesus Christ has shown you. So if you understand every single day to go and focus upon understanding how it is to be in the gym and how it is to exercise yourself and your muscles every single day, you have to focus upon understanding that this is the best moment of your life. This is the best moment of your life. So what you do is do better, but then understand that if you're just working out your muscles all day long, eventually you feel no pain anymore. There's no more pain. And then guess what happens from that point? From that point, you reconstruct your body in a better way, and your muscles are just growing, regardless of how much you're pumping weights or not. But what happens is you understand from this point on that you just have a schedule to go to the gym and to exercise daily to just maintain your body from this point. Understand? But to get to that point of big muscles and all that, you just have to keep training your muscles. Unfortunately, it's just that simple. Understand? Now, if you want to overcome anything in life, you have to speak it out of you. You have to understand, I'm more important than masturbation. I'm more important than that woman. I'm more important than violence. I'm more important than the prison cell. I'm more important than Coca-Cola. You understand? Because guess what? I realize when you're more important than that, appropriately means you're going to have a better life. You understand? You're going to have a better life to get what you want. But those people who, let's say, are aware that they hate you, they're the ones that are going to kill you. You understand? Now, the people who are most of the world who is unaware, most of the world is unaware about what they're doing. And now you have to understand, because it's that kind of world where people are unaware, they are unaware that they hate you. They're unaware about that. But when they get to the point of being aware that they hate you, that's the moment where they believe that they are right and wrong, and they are going to actually kill you and going to try to kill you because they're aware of it. You understand? Now, every single day that I am aware to never kill you, but they are aware to kill you. You understand? So realize that it's both the difference over here. We have to understand that if you go and really kill people, you then understand that you're never following Jesus Christ that way. You have to understand to follow Jesus Christ and follow God, because God's going to teach you everything. You have to understand every single day. If you have a God, you have to understand it's you. You have to understand it's you and Jesus Christ. You understand? Now, every single day, that no matter what, that if you go and focus upon understanding every single day to lead your nice, beautiful words into a better vocabulary and just be lifting with your words daily somebody. You have to understand, you have to be lifting yourself regardless. So I may as well understand that I'm speaking to myself all day long now and without a camera. I'm doing it without a camera. I'm doing it without my journal now. I just want everything for myself. I just want to be so selfish, and I want to have everything for myself. I want to have all the knowledge for myself first, and then whatever I give you, I give you. You understand? That's how it is. I want to have 24 hours of knowledge, but I want to give you 2-3 hours and more. You understand? So I just want to give you more. You understand? I just want to understand either way that I'm doing the most I can, but I'm always gaining 24 hours of knowledge while I'm maybe giving you 1 hour a day here and 2 hours a day here and 3 hours a day here. You understand? But I'm gaining most of the knowledge behind the scenes. You understand? So I'm doing my best to give you as much as I can, but I understand that what's amazing is I give it to myself first, and then I give my knowledge every single day to myself, and then I focus upon going in the shower and going to sleep and going everywhere now while pumping music, and I'm talking everything out. I'm talking how people are around me. I'm talking to myself like this. I see that woman over there. I see she's very positive, but that individual over there is doing drugs, so I'll rather stay away from that individual. So I'm just always talking like this to myself without documenting on video. I understand, although I have a nice beautiful way to say that I have to go to the supermarket today, so guess what, I understand either way. I'm always lifting my words regardless, so I'm always talking myself into the best equations of life, because if you understand anybody who's a failure, it's because they are a failure in a way that they are never aware that they are successful. You understand? I'm pretty sure everybody's successful to a certain extent, but they only see their failures. I'm pretty sure they only see the fail attempts. I'm pretty sure go and see your success. Go and focus upon your successes in life, and focus upon something that you are successful in, and just focus upon that. If you just focus upon something that you're successful in all day long, you're just going to be successful. You're going to bring more success. But if you're focusing on something that you're failing about, you then be a failure. You understand? Never focus on anything that you did fail about. I never fail in my life. Everything is a learning experience. Every day I'm learning something different. I understand that in the test score of high school, I realized they give you an F. Whereas now, every single day, you must understand Freddy Krueger is somebody who is very vicious in a nice, beautiful film. So you must understand that no matter what, that everything's beautiful, but focus upon understanding that you must go and grow your words. And now, when you're growing your words, you must understand to love your life and love your nice, beautiful scenario every single day, to focus upon talking about everything beautifully. So if you understand Netflix, for example, go and talk to yourself every single day and focus upon Netflix and just enjoy life. But I understand Coffs Harbour has been a nice, beautiful way for me to just get away from people, and to also make sure that I understand that I'm just free. I'm much more free today than ever before. So here I am, loving my life, and I'm making sure every single day I'm learning how to communicate with myself. So all I have to do differently every single day is just do a major difference in my life that makes sure that I can go and understand my life much better. But then I'm focusing on speaking about Serbian much more with myself without documenting it now. And I'm just talking Serbian with myself and English with myself, and I'm mixing Serbian and English together so that I can just talk and talk and talk, because it's much better for me to talk it out with myself in terms of, it's much better for me to talk it out with my mouth than to write it physically. So you must understand either way that I talk very fast. So it's much better that I just talk everything out, you understand? And once I talk it out, I then can grab the nice, beautiful phone and start doing some Serbian writing too. So either way, you must understand that what's important is, if you just make videos and you just document everything in videos, you can do that if you want. But what's amazing is I love to journal as well. I love to go and write my stuff out. I love to go and write something down as well while I'm doing everything. So it's more practice, and it's more something that I go and focus upon every single day to go and do it differently. So I understand every single day it's much more that I do so, because you have to understand that journaling everything down, and you have a phone to journal down something. And now when I journal something down, I write my notes down, I write my thoughts down, and then you get to watch them in 50 million years time. You'll get to see my notes. And so that's why I'm doing notes today. That's why I'm journaling. Because sometimes I only have an amount of days where I can go and do some videos. You understand? I have amount of time that I can go and do some videos, but now I have to do some quotes, I have to do some journaling. I mix it up. I mix it up through writing and reading and audio and listening and eating and grooming, and making sure it's all video work and audio work and writing work, but then also doing my self work in terms of doing my eye work with I only, and then nobody's actually watching me communicate with myself, but it's just me. You understand? Whereas now every single day that I understand that no matter what, I is more important than everything in terms of words. I understand every single day I'm focusing upon going back to the I so I can communicate in a different manner. But time goes very quickly when you're talking much more, and you have to understand that 14 minutes has gone already very quickly in this video, and I understand every single day I'm just lifting my communicational skills. Whereas now, if you understand that you have something to say in a video very quickly, you have to understand it's more that you go and lift yourself up. And now I heard some woman say, well, look up. Look up if you want to be successful. But that means to me that I have to communicate more and nothing else. I promise now every single day that I rather tell you my meanings about what people are saying around me so that I can go and label it much better. But I understand every single day that if you see my perspective about life, I love I so much that I understand every single day I'm looking to always never offend I, but I'm looking to never be jealous, because jealousy is something that, let's say, something that's never communicating. So anybody who, let's say, has a nice beautiful shirt that's saying antisocial club, but you must understand those people are screwing you over in a way that they're calling you to be antisocial. You understand? Because they're promoting antisocialness. You must understand to never promote antisocialness, but promote socialness and be somebody of a social individual who's talking to everybody. Because antisocial people are the emos, and they're people who are drug addicts, and they're people who are in the corner over there, and they just want to be in the corner, and they're in the prison cell as well. I want to show you antisocial people, I understand. So every single day, social people are the ones like Oprah Winfrey and Jesus Christ. I mean, do you find Jesus Christ antisocial? Watch now, Jesus Christ is antisocial with himself. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm antisocial with myself sometimes. But guess what? I mean, no, I'm never antisocial in a way that I am losing. You understand? I'm always social with myself, and that's it. Watch now, Jesus Christ is always social. I mean, I mean, Jesus Christ is always making sure that no matter what, that I go and deliver a nice, beautiful way to say that Jesus Christ never wants to be antisocial. I mean, do you understand that? I mean, why does Jesus Christ want to be antisocial in life? I mean, Jesus Christ wants to be social. I understand? I mean, isn't that simple? So, I mean, focus upon understanding. So, every single time, I mean, Jesus Christ never wants to be evil. I mean, why not? Because I understand, because guess what? You never need to be evil. I rush now every single day. Focus upon understanding that you have to understand evilness is nothing good. You understand? Because every single day you must focus upon understanding that there's always a better way. So focusing upon understanding that antisocial people who are promoting evil today are the ones who are really, really losing in life. So focus upon understanding to understand yourself and understand how to grow yourself and your words. So if you're growing your words daily and you're focusing upon better music with yourself, and you're focusing upon understanding how to do podcasting and how to do video work, and slowly achieving little successes here and there every single day, you're going to focus upon understanding how you're going to summon a great deal of courage in you to succeed. And then you're going to understand why I'm so successful, because I have all the courage. I have all the courage. I have the nice, beautiful empathy skills to be able to talk to you. I can be able to understand every single day how to rotate myself around, and how to do some agility work, and how to do stamina, and I can do endurance. I mean, what's important to me is making sure that I can live my life greatest. You understand? I have to live my life to the greatest ability. So I understand every single day that's what a life coach does. And that's how you understand every single day, to go and give a performance of a lifetime with yourself, so you can go and study something with yourself. So if you want to be a psychologist, I mean, go and do it. I mean, if you want to do something in regards to something that's going to help grow you, you have to understand that no matter what kind of job you do now, you must understand that you can talk it out with yourself at the 9-to-5 job, and you can do everything in your power to make sure that you're growing yourself at the 9-to-5 job. So if you understand every single day that if you go and really document yourself in a better way, you have to understand that $200 is a short-term resolution that never really helps you to grow in the long term. But what helps you to grow is your communicational skills around what you're doing. So I understand that if you're working a 9-to-5 job, I mean, there's no excuses for why you're working that 9-to-5 job and why the money is never good. I say, Brush, the money is good all the time. But what's amazing is understanding that you have to pick a better job first. You have to do something better than that job to get some more money. So you have to understand that McDonald's work is a nice job to have, but guess what? It's going to teach you something, but guess what? I mean, there's a better job too. I mean, there's a better job than that, but there's always a better job. You understand? So focus upon understanding that no matter what, that there's always a nice job. I mean, every single job is nice, isn't it? Probably every single job is nice because it never kills you. Probably now, every single day, you must focus upon understanding that it's more about making sure about how you're communicating in your 9-to-5 jobs and in your 24/7 work than it is about anything else. So if you focus upon understanding that my life is very successful because I push my barriers, I push my limits, I push everything, and I become limitless. You understand? Because I understand rich people and how they want to sell you on everything, and you have to understand that it's more like that. You have to sell everybody on everything much better, and it's more about making sure that you look professional. So having your own helicopter and having your own jets like Grant Cardone is a nice, beautiful way to understand how to make a reputation for yourself. And then also doing some charity work on the side with people, where you understand that you're going to charge people a certain amount to see your seminar, but then you're going to give 50% of it to the charities, and then you're going to speak that out, and you're going to say to everybody that it's the case, and you're going to grab your opportunity is going up. You have to understand that you are growing your words. So if you grow your words, you can donate to people and you can do whatever you want. But I understand every single day that many people are just going on and they want the plastic money more than the communication. So it's more about communication than the plastic money, because guess what? I understand that no matter how much bank money I have in terms of millions of dollars in my bank account right now, you have to understand it's never something that makes me happy. You understand? Because what makes me happy is communicating more and being able to show you how to have a better attitude. And that's what makes me happier, because it's more the habits of how to make the money than it is the money. You understand? The money never makes me happy. I promise you, what makes me is how to make the money. You understand? I promise you, it's more the attitude about it. I understand? I promise you, it's more the work ethic behind what you're doing that makes me happy. You understand? I promise you, when you have success, never because of the money, and never because somebody gave you the money, and never because of other people, but because of you, and you're just successful. I promise you, that's why I'm happier. I'm happier because I understand that I'm happier because I'm living my life in a way I'm communicating better and I'm speaking better. You understand? But when you understand, when you understand something where other people are helping you more than you're helping yourself, but now that's considering you have to understand, you have to communicate better in that situation, where you have to understand to allow yourself to help yourself more than other people help you, because that's the way you have to understand is the way of great work ethic. And now those people who have great work ethic are the ones who are communicating more. Now I'm only communicating more and more, but I understand every single day it's what makes me happier, and it's what makes me give meaning in life. And now when I have meaning in life, I have to go and talk it out. I have to talk it out with myself, I have to talk it out with other people, I have to go and promote myself to everybody. And then I have to make sure every single day I'm learning much more than everybody else around me, so that I can succeed much more than everybody else. Now that's how it is. Although you have to understand, Novak Djokovic and Cristiano Ronaldo are talking a lot. They're talking a lot, but I'm talking more than them. I'm talking more than them over the lifetime, because I understand that what's important is your talk behind the scenes. And now if you're talking much more than everybody else, you're going to be successful much more than everybody else. It's just that simple. Now, I am just somebody who is understanding every single day that no matter what, it's more about how can I reference my sayings and words and catchphrases in a way that I'm learning my catchphrases in a better way, and I'm learning how to speak and pronunciate in a better way, and I'm learning how to go and just be above and beyond every single day to go and create episodes of music and music here and there, so I can make some money here and there and do some live performances here and there, so I can focus upon communicating with the crowd while I'm doing so, and while I'm doing everything and making sure I'm just having the best time with myself. And then I understand every single day I just add to the equation, I just get myself everything I want. I can get a wife, I can get some kids as well, so either way I can have 2, 3 or 4 wives as well. I can do that if I want. I can just move to another country. Unfortunately, it's very easy to have 5, 10 wives. So just go to some other country where it's legal. It's so easy. You can do that for 1 year. It's so easy. Now, every single day, focus upon understanding that you can do whatever you want in this lifetime. You can understand every single day, focus upon understanding that it's more about understanding how to lift people. So if you're singing and you're also rapping, you have to understand it's more about the word you're saying, and it's more about speaking in tones. And now if you understand either way, you have to go and watch my video. So I'm focusing always on understanding that there's more, and there's always more than what you need. So if you focus upon understanding that we always have to go broadly, we always have to be speaking much more, and we always have to understand that no matter what you want to achieve, you can achieve it as long as you speak it out of you. But now that's how Jesus Christ does everything that he does, because he's going around and talking and talking and talking and talking, and he's just talking with himself, if never with other people. Understand? Because that's what is the key motivation, which is your talk. How's your talk? That's how you are. You are the sum up of all your talks. You understand? I promise you that's it. I promise you now, if you talk 500 times, you are the level 500 individual. You understand? I promise you now, every single day, if you go and talk more than that, you have to understand then you're more than ever. You understand? So just talk more than before, and be able to talk more in everything that you're doing. So be able to focus upon saying something that's going to vibe, and saying something that makes sense. So just say anything and it'll make sense. But now, the more you just make yourself say anything you ever want in life, I promise you that's what you have to do. You have to go in that direction. You have to understand to be saying and speaking out everything you ever want from your life, and then from that point you just create it. I promise you it's that simple. But now, if you understand to go and really understand, no matter what, I'm always giving ideas. I'm always giving much more than I reconcile. But now, every single day you have to understand that reconcile means that if you're going inward, you're reconciling inside of you. So every single time you have to understand to relate words with other words in your own meanings, so that you can communicate, because it's never about how other people intend to mean words. You have to understand it's more about how you are meaning words. You have to understand it's more about you than other people. So if you understand how to care about yourself every single day, and you never have to reply to people who have no display photo on Instagram or social media. They have no display photo, but they're sending you a message. They have no face. I mean, why do you have to even talk to them? I mean, why do you even have to talk to people who have less than 100k followers on Instagram and social media? I mean, I never talk to you if you have less than 100k followers on social media. I mean, prove to me that you are somebody. I mean, that's it. I mean, just understand that. I mean, if you understand to give me some money, I'll talk to you. I promise you, although every single day, no matter what, I'm always looking for more money. I'm always looking for something of righteousness and abundance, but I understand every single day you have to go and make it happen. And now, if you make it happen, you have to understand it's very easy to achieve everything. Actually, it's very easy when you're communicating it to yourself and you're communicating success all the time and you're understanding how to succeed and you're understanding how to live a great life. Actually, it's so easy to do anything in this lifetime as long as you understand to help people. Actually, if you help your people every single day to succeed, you're going to understand it's much more about a better attitude. So every single time, I understand no matter what I do, I'm focusing on a greater life. I'm focusing on a better I'm understanding every single day that the I is complete. I understand every single day. I just have to raise the vibe now. I have to raise the nice, beautiful awareness going, and then understand every single day. I'm the leading individual in the Balkans right now. I'm the leading individual in Australia. I'm the leading individual in Serbia and Croatia. So you have to understand that either way, I'm just number one. You know, I'm number one. I'm just the word I. I'm just leading the world right now, everywhere. I'm number one of everything. That's much better. You know, I promise you, every single day I focus upon understanding that I'm lifting myself, I'm lifting the crowd, I'm lifting people, because I understand the information behind everything is what you need to do. So people are very slow to communicate. And now, because they're very slow to communicate, you have to understand the internet is something of a savior right now, where you have to understand that when you go on the internet and you just keep talking and talking and talking, actually people are going to tune in and people are going to watch you. And now understand that no matter what, that if you're watching me today, you have to understand it's because of something I've done to help you, and it's because of something that I understand I've done something to make sure that you're in my video. So you may have heard about me somewhere, you may have found me on Google, you may have heard about me, or maybe you just were browsing and you can find me now. But I understand every single day that you are understanding I'm famous, I'm around the world, I'm traveling, because I understand that's why I speak. I speak every single day, big intent to understand that I have to go and grow myself in different ways, but it's very easy to communicate. Or it's very easy to understand how to word sentences together when you have a bigger vocabulary. So I understand that's why I'm a big fan of vocabulary, and I understand I'm a big fan of connecting synonyms together. I understand every single day I'm looking to always word my sentences better. So I understand every single day I have to focus upon lifting the people around me. So when I lift people around me, I want to be alone much more than other people. I want to be alone much more than with other people, because I understand that it's never because of anything other than I. Actually, it's more that I want to be alone because I'm growing alone. It's never because of anything other than that. Although I understand, for example, Brock Lesnar is more of a individual who goes away from people because he just never vibes with people. You know, I vibe with people. I vibe with everybody, but I just never want to be around people. I mean, it's just that kind of way. I mean, some people never vibe with people because they hate people, and other people vibe with people because they love people. I mean, which one are you? I mean, you have to understand that it's more about the communicational skills. You understand? Versus one individual will go away from people because they just never vibe with people. You understand? Versus other people will go away from people because they vibe. I mean, Jesus Christ goes away from people too, because he vibes with people. I understand? I mean, other people are just people who need to communicate better. So if you understand every single day to communicate and be a referencing individual where you're understanding to reference everybody in a better way, but then you're focusing upon saying that it's never the physical aspects that makes you something big, but it's more the communicational technique that you have. But if you understand how to communicate better, you have to understand that it's more about the words you say than how you look. Or it's more how you understand every single day to go and really, really dwell upon a better life for yourself every single day, and focus upon understanding that Grant Cardone now has been done. I mean, he's been doing 5 days of nice, beautiful 5 hours of content where he's just being in your face every single day. So I understand, I congratulate him for doing 5 hours in 5 days of communication. So I'm also doing 5 hours of communication in 5 days. So I'm just doing more than that. I'm doing more than that behind the scenes, but I understand either way that he does have a support team. I realize he does have people around him. I realize he does have kids and a wife, and he does have a jet. I realize he does have a helicopter. I realize he does have a big event, and he has 50 Cent coming to his events. I realize he has all these famous people coming to his events. So I respect that. So I understand either way I have to communicate that as well. So he's been able to communicate that. So it's because of the communication that he's there. So that's why you have to understand to look up to people who are doing much more than you. You understand? Now, every single day you have to understand that at Grant Cardone's age, in terms of 28, you have to understand I'm doing better than Grant Cardone at 28. You understand? I promise you every single day that by the time I reach 61, such as Grant Cardone, I promise you, although you must understand I'm doing much better than him. I'm doing much better than Tony Robbins. Right now, every single day, Tony Robbins is doing 30 hours a week of public speaking, while Grant Cardone is doing one big event every single year. But Tony Robbins is doing he's doing 52 events every single year and 30 hours of speaking every single week in front of people. I mean, that's Tony Robbins. But Grant Cardone's more 1 year and one event type. I understand, although, that he can make more events than that. So I understand I believe in people much more. So it's more about understanding to believe in people much more and understand to be positive. I understand that the woman from the past and those people who have been in my life, I understand that they are just very, let's say, negative about me because they're unaware of how to communicate and they're understanding every single day that I'm just much better than yesterday. I'm pretty sure that you must understand that what's important is if you want to ever go to the people of the past, you have to go there to lift yourself only, and that's it. Apparently, it's more about communicating with yourself around them than it is about being with them. Now, it's more about making sure that you understand you have to be with yourself all of your life. Now, every single day, you never rely on other people to give you anything, but I understand every single day that if they give it to you, you accept it. You accept what's given. You understand? Unfortunately, now your life is a given, so you accept it. You understand? Unfortunately, every single day, focus on understanding that your life is much more important than money. Your life is much more important than anything else in this world. So if you understand that, you understand every single day to go and really dwell upon your life in a way that you can communicate daily, and you're going to understand how to lift your words. You're going to understand every single day to focus upon the ideas, and then the ideas will just come to you as you speak. I mean, look at my ideas over here. I mean, you can understand that I'm talking differently than I have been in my other videos, you understand? But I'm just understanding that you can see my progress. You can see the first video of my life in terms of how I made my coaching videos back then, and then you can understand that was 4 years ago. I promise you, either way, I promise you now I'm much better. I'm much more able to speak. I'm much more able to communicate, but you can see a massive difference in me. You can see something massive when you understand how my life is. I promise you now my life is something much better. I've lost a lot of weight, but I've gained, I did gain some weight in terms of my nice, beautiful communicational skills, but I'm only healthier. I mean, you have to understand that when you're really, really healthier in terms of your life, you have to understand it's much more about understanding how to communicate everything that you want. But if you're going to achieve your better way of life, you have to understand you have to look good, you have to feel good. But I understand every single day I'm always doing something around the scenes where I can go and move on my communication forward, because it's more about how I grow than how you grow. I understand, I promise you, when I grow, it's much more that I grow, and that's it. I promise you now, if you focus upon yourself all day long, you have to understand I'll give you the ideas anyway, but I understand every single day that I have never met you in my life, because I understand every single day, I understand who you are. I understand who you are, but I never need you. I promise you all day, every single day, I focus upon giving you the best life. I focus upon understanding that if you want something of a great module every single day, you're going to focus upon understanding to lift people in different ways, and then you're going to understand to just be your own guru and be your own teacher, and be somebody who's teaching people a different way and different mechanism every single day, to understand that no matter what, you have to communicate. And when you do that, you have to understand that you're going to be somebody far more than those people who are never doing anything. So if you're understanding my Instagram, I mean, go and copy my Instagram and go and do the exact same thing, but just with yourself, and just put your face on it. I mean, you understand? I mean, do the same thing I'm doing on YouTube, but just go and do your aspect of life. And that's it. Unfortunately, now you're on your own. I'm showing you exactly what I'm doing. So you just have to go and be able to be confident in yourself, to get on camera and get on audio and video and start to really, really develop yourself in communication. So if you understand every single day, I'm just somebody who understands that I have to succeed far greater than this, and I have to really lift my communicational skills, and I have to understand that there is no time for parties and house parties and being around women and being around other people. You understand? I have no time for other people. I mean, I have no time for you either. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what, I understand I only have time for people who give me money. I mean, in a sense, so when you give me money and you invite me to your seminars or something to public speak where I can get some free attention, I'm probably sure that's the only time I'll come. But I understand either way, you're going to give me some money to get there. Probably sure that's it. I mean, that's it. I mean, no matter what, I understand that no matter what, that if I shall understand to charge you, I promise you I can. I promise you I can charge people, and I never have to be with you ever in my life. So I understand that what's important is understanding that if you start charging people today about your free work and what you're doing, you understand it's more about you and what you need to do, but focus upon understanding that every single time you try to deliver free content as much as you can. Now, every single day, that if you do that, you just prosper much more, and then you'll focus upon understanding to find different ways to succeed, where you can go and give free events around the world instead of charging people. You understand? Unfortunately, if you can do that, unfortunately, it's much better. So let your nice, beautiful real estate go into account. So every single day you go and dump your money into real estate, so you can go. So you can get all the cash flow, and then take care of the real estate every single day and focus upon maintaining all that real estate. So talk it out every single day with yourself to understand how to really, really do that. I promise you, if you go and really focus upon your nice, beautiful aspects of how you speak daily, and you're focusing on understanding that no matter what, you're going to succeed, you're going to be focusing on your life, you're going to be focusing on lifting yourself, you're going to lift other people, and you're going to understand that you just have to be something much more. But if you want to go and experience something at Toastmasters sometime, or if you want to go and, let's say, give a speech here and there, you have to understand that you can do it if you want to. But I understand every single day it's much more about how are you communicating with yourself all day long, and that's it. Actually, there's nothing much more important than you today. So understand every single day that if you just focus upon lifting yourself every single day, and you're forgetting everything else, but you're understanding your words are everything. Your words on the map. So if you understand how to develop your own words and your own vocabulary, then you can do anything. Now, that's it. Now, every single day, you have to understand that it's more about how you're lifting people today than ever before. But I understand that you have to stay away from teenagers. You have to stay away from people who are teenagers and people who are working 9 to 5. You have to stay away from them because they are the people who are dragging you into that. I mean, they want you to become a teenager. I mean, you're, let's say, 15 years of age, and I mean, guess what? I mean, you understand that if you're 55 years of age but you're hanging around teenagers, I mean, guess what? I mean, what are you doing, man? I mean, just saying, I mean, let the teenagers be with the teenagers. I mean, let the 20-year young individuals be with the 20-year individuals. You understand? Because I understand that what's amazing. I understand that what's amazing every single day is focus on being around people your age. I mean, focus upon just being around you. Yeah. I mean, do you understand? I mean, you never need people who are less than you in age, and you never need other people who are much more than you in age. You just need yourself. You just need to focus on yourself in a different manner, and you need to be able to open people's doors. You have to understand every single day that if you just go and focus upon understanding how to get those words out daily, or it's more the belief in yourself approach. Now, the reason I can go and really speak all these words is because I've done it so many times to understand how to reach for certain words and build certain sentences with those words. And then all I do is just I manipulate those words in different ways, and then I focus on giving that communication. That's it. That's all I'm doing right now. And it's just much more of a legacy type of thing where I'm getting an idea, I'm giving to you. I'm getting an idea, I'm giving to you. But I'm searching for those ideas as I communicate. So I just pick one word from my sentence and I go with it. Now, every single day, I focus on my IUQ rule, as I've said many times before, where I understand I'm always going back to the I and you and the Q, which is the question. Now, every single day that I start the sentence with you and end with you, I start with I end with I, and I start with the question and I end with the question. Now, if you understand how to do that, then you have a better communicational style. Now, every single day, I focus upon giving you those ideas. I'll give you those ideas because I understand I'm somebody who's lifting my words. I understand that repetition is key. So if you repeat, if you're repeating your life in a different way, you're going to understand every single time why you have to repeat. Understand? You have to repeat because you have to repeat it differently. Now, if you understand every single day to go and really love your life differently, and then understand how to lift yourself from your nice, beautiful technique every single day and focus on you, because I know I only. And then I said I only in my videos all the time because I understand every single day. I'm pretty sure I understand every single day that what's important is understanding how to go above and beyond about your communicational skills, but never ever lift yourself other than yourself only. You must lift yourself only. You must understand every single day to focus upon understanding that no matter what, you're going to understand every single day that we're going to lift people and we're going to understand how to lift our vibe, but focus on how you communicate rather than anything else. Now, if you understand how you focus on communicating rather than how you talk, you understand that no matter what, you're still focusing on yourself, and that's the whole point. The whole point is making sure that you can lift your communicational skill, but then understanding that no matter what, then you have to go and really vibe it out daily. You have to be vibing with yourself. You have to be recognizing who you are. You have to understand every single day that if it's raining outside, I mean, never go in the rain. I mean, why do you have to go in the rain to walk 1,500 kilometers, or let's say 50, or even 50 meters in the rain? I mean, why do you have to be in the rain? You never have to be in the rain for. But I guess what I understand every single day that if you have to go and eat something and you're really desperate, I mean, go in the rain then. I mean, guess what? I mean, every single day there's more chance that you're going to succeed being away from the rain than being in the rain. I mean, why? I mean, why do you want to be in the rain for? I mean, isn't it nicer being out of the rain? I mean, would you rather live without the rain or with the rain? I mean, I'd rather live without the rain. I mean, you understand? I'd rather live like that because that way I never get wet. I never get wet. I understand, although every single day, I mean, what type of individual are you? I mean, would you rather be outdoors in the rain every single day and sleeping in the rain, or would you rather sleep in the doors where it's a nice bedroom and scenario where there's no rain? I mean, what type of individual are you? I mean, make sense of it. Unfortunately, every single day focus upon understanding that when I go and really develop something, I'd rather be in the day. I'd rather just be daytime all the time rather than nighttime. I mean, understand? I'd rather always live in the daytime. I pick the daytime over the nighttime. I understand? Because the daytime is something more for me. I love everything much more. I'm focusing, although I'm understanding every single day that everything's equal for me. I understand everything in terms of life is just like that, but I understand every single day I'm focusing on different areas of life. I'm focusing on understanding that no matter what, you have to go and pick out your wisdom and you have to go and give it to people in different ways. But then you're understanding just to communicate with yourself all day long. Rosh, now there's nothing more difficult for you other than you. Rosh, you are the most individual of your life. You must understand that if you just go and look at your life, I mean, how can you ever be difficult? You can never be difficult in you. You have to understand every single day to focus upon your life and how you live in people daily. Rosh, that's what you have to do. Rosh, now every single time I look at my nice, beautiful communicational style, I'm looking for new words of improvement daily, but now I'm looking to just express myself in different ways. And then once I do that, I promise you it just gets underway. I promise you my videos get underway. And then I just make sure every single day I'm focusing on different areas of conclusion and beginnings and making sure I'm contradicting everything that's being said so that I can grow from it. I understand, because every single time I challenge everything that's said. And then when I challenge you and what you're saying, then I get to grow from it. I understand, I have to go against the grain of what you're saying. I have to go against everybody's thoughts and life so that I can go into my own life. I mean, now when I go into my own life, I go into the word I, and then I love everything. I love everything. I learn everything about life, and then I understand every single time. I'm making sure I'm always growing from life. I'm always looking to speak much more. I'm always looking to understand that if you shall always speak much more on a camera and be in front of people every single day, and then you're going to focus upon really, really delivering content. So when you're in front of people for 30 hours, when you're in front of people for 30 hours public speaking in front of people, you're going to understand a massive growth in your life. You're going to understand every single day you're going to grow big time. You understand? Because that's what you need to do every single day. You have to understand that you have to get to the point of 30 hours a week public speaking, and more than that. You have to do more than that. You understand? Every single day you have to be making these videos. You have to be speaking much more. You have to be doing much more. You have to outdo everybody. You have to understand every single day you have to focus upon understanding that your life is what you make of it. But if you understand how to make it better, you have to understand then you have to have a better life. Right now, every single day, I focus upon understanding that no matter what, that you never die, but you only ever shall pass away in a better life. Right now, every single time, nothing dies in this world. Right now, everything is always passing by. Right now, every single time, you must understand that everything is always living. You understand? Everything is alive. I mean, do you believe Jesus Christ is dead? Jesus Christ is never dead. Jesus Christ is still here, but he's just here in the spiritual dimension. You understand? Now, everything is over here in the spiritual dimension, but the physical realm, apparently now Jesus Christ may be gone from this world in the physical realm, but I understand every single day that it's the case. I mean, so it's the case because the Bible says so. I understand. So Jesus Christ is never here physically, but he's here spiritually. I mean, I may never be here physically too, because I understand that. I understand that Jesus Christ is everything. So I understand that no matter what, I must also understand that my physical body eventually will leave this world as well. Because guess what? I realize either way that what's going to happen is I burn my ashes. I burn everything I am into ashes, and then guess what? I put it into my ice statue in Camperdown in Sydney, Australia, and then guess what? You can come check out my tourist site. I'm pretty sure that what's amazing every single day is focus upon understanding that no matter what, I'm always going to go and do much better. I understand every single day that my beautiful videos are here forever. I mean, nobody's going to take them down, and I understand every single day I'm adding to the equation of life. I'm always loving I'm always making sure that you have to understand that you guys are my students, so every single day I'm focusing upon understanding on how to lift you and how to show you my life every single day so that you can understand how to copy me in a different way. And then you have to understand every single day you're going to do something much better, and then you're going to focus upon understanding on how to lift people with your communicational style, because that's all you have to do in life. You just have to be able to communicate with yourself. You have to be able to be alone. You have to be able to understand how to really lift people, and when you're lifting people, then you understand how to really grow. Now, if you understand how to connect words together every single day, then you can do anything. Every single day, it's more about making sure they understand that your words must reflect who you are. You must understand that if you go and reflect yourself all day long, you have to understand you have to lift the vibe. You have to lift who you are every single day. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in who you are so you can go and grow. Now, it's all about that. It's all about making sure that no matter what you're doing, you're going to focus upon different growth tactics. You're going to understand every single day that it's more about grow yourself and talk more and talk more and talk more. Or just talk more every single day. I mean, try to talk more and understand that no matter what, that you're just going to do something far greater than other people. Now, if you can understand that, you have to be consistent about it. You have to be consistent every single day to post videos online. I can do so much more than what I'm doing. I can do so much more. But what I'm doing now is understand I'm always speaking of myself. So eventually my voice will break up and break up and break up and break up, and then I get a deeper voice. I become a deeper voice, you understand, because I level my voice very quickly. So I'm always looking for a nice, beautiful attitude where I can go and learn much more quicker, because I understand that attitude is what I create. I create my attitude, understand? I look at other people and I look at their attitudes, and then I start to reflect what they're doing, and then I start to do what they're doing in a way that I'm doing it, and then I do it differently. I understand all that. That's how I learn. So what you do in this situation is you reflect upon my life, and then you make sure to copy me, but do it in your own way. In a sense, so every single day, do what I do, but do everything in your own way. That's that. Personally, everything in terms of that, I understand every single day. I'm focusing upon lifting my communicational skills in different ways, but I believe in my communicational skills and all the nice, beautiful bricks of wisdom I'm leaving in this video, because I understand that you guys are going to improve upon the ideas and brainstorming of this video. So I'm looking to understand every single day that you have to focus upon loving your life differently. But if you go and focus upon understanding on how to do that daily, you're going to understand how to really pronounce yourself better. So if you're understanding that you get fatigue here and there, you have to understand every single day to go and outgrow the fatigue. You have to communicate through it. You have to understand to talk with yourself much more, and then push yourself to sit down and to stand up and to go around the world and to go and stand up and do something in front of a crowd, and to make sure that you're just having the best life possible, because that's what you need to do. You have to understand every single day, you have to focus upon a greater life for yourself. You have to focus upon something you've never done, because that's how you grow. Once you grow through different communicational skills, but only understand that the words you say is how you grow. Fortunately, nothing else grows you except the words you say. So that's one of the reasons where I did leave music production before, because I was never growing my communication with words. And probably that's the only way I understand that music production was never for me back then, because I was 2 years into it, and guess what happened? I just left. I left the whole music scene for 4 years. And why is that? Because it was just never working out for me. The music alone was working out. I'm pretty sure the music was working out for me, but the communicational words was never working out for me back then. Why do you ever leave? Why do you ever leave your passion in the first place? Because of the words. Because of how you're speaking. So if you're depressing in life and you're somebody who needs medication, or you need, let's say, a depressive pill to be depressed in your life, or you need to be in depression, it's because of your communicational skills. If somebody is diagnosing you as a schizophrenic or bipolar or a drug addict or whatever, it's because of your communicational skills, and that's it. If you understand how to talk, appropriately, no medication in the world can make you do anything. But guess what? Those people who were labeling me as a schizophrenic and all that, appropriately, they're honest. They're honest about that. They'll call me a schizophrenic, because guess what? Now they're schizophrenics. They're schizophrenics now, because I'm much more aware than them. Understand? Do I go around giving them medication? Probably no. Although that's something that I understand I went through. I went through a period of my time. I went through a period of time where I understand that people were giving me medications and Seroquel and all this paliperidone, and I was taking injections, and I was going to the mental health institute 2 times a week, and I was there to get an injection once a month, and I was speaking to a social worker every single day to communicate. Understand? She was there for me. She was there to communicate with me and to help me soothe my day. You understand? Now, without her, now you have to understand that I had to talk to somebody, but I understand that she was just there for me. You understand? Now she's just at the 9 to 5, so I have to wait from that point on. I had to wait for her to get to 9 to 5, and I call her right at 9 o'clock in the morning when she gets to work. So I'm always talking to her, but I understand every single day that it's because I'm telling her about my life. I'm telling her about my life story, but then she's just giving me a helping ear, and she's just saying, oh, I see that. I realize that she's just being nice to me on the phone, but I understand every single day that she's helping me with the words that I understand. I'm getting more confident talking to her, you understand? And because I get more confident, she's boosting my confidence in a way that she accepts my talk, and then I understand to keep talking because she's accepting me. But now that's what helps me in the mental health department back then. But now every single day, that if you understand to talk to somebody and they're talking to you and they're accepting your voice and they're accepting who you are and they're listening to your story, you have to understand that's the whole point of becoming much more interactive with people. And now because I was interactive with her and I was always engaging her first, and I was calling her first, you understand? Because I understand every single day that every time I spoke to her, I was always leading the conversation. I was always telling her about my life. I'm going here and these reasons why. I understand? And because of that, unfortunately, that's why I'm learning something different now about how I was. Because it's all about your communicational skills. Right now, if you understand every single day to go and focus upon living a greater life for yourself and understanding every single day to be about your life in a better way and making sure every single day you amount to much more, and then you're understanding every single day you're going to focus around being around better images of your life and where you're around rich people only. Right now, it's much better for you to do so, and you're going to look better and you're going to feel better. So if you understand how to achieve anything, it's more achieve your communicational skills much better than yesterday, and then you'll focus upon what my skills are. Unfortunately, my skills today and my only goal today is just communicate more. Unfortunately, just communicate more than ever. And now I understand every single day that if I just do that, I'm always better than yesterday. And then I focus upon understanding to give you all the ideas. So what I'm doing now is I'm making sure every single day I'm looking to go and really talk it out in terms of Serbian behind the scenes. So without making videos and without doing all that, I understand, although I have to go and push myself to do all the videos as well. I have to push myself, but I'm focusing on understanding that I want to communicate. I want to communicate much more regardless. So I want to be able to talk Serbian and English with myself and mix it up together. And then I want to be able to make events around the world eventually. So I understand that no matter what, I can do it now. I can do it now. I just have to prepare more. I just have to prepare. I understand every single day. I always have to prepare. Even in 50 years' time, I still have to be preparing for something. You understand? I promise you now, there is a World War III coming up. I promise you, although if you understand why, I promise you, I believe that something is happening around the world where other people are trying to, let's say, destroy other people. So I understand every single day. I never want a World War III to come, but I understand although that it may happen. So no matter what, you have to understand to prepare for it. Unfortunately, if you prepare for the World War III, you have to understand that currently, in terms of what they're saying, unfortunately it's happening. Unfortunately, it's happening because they're saying so. I mean, they're saying that China and America and all this is going to fight. I mean, you have to understand, although, that what's important for you to recognize right now is that it's never about you, but it's also about you. I mean, it's always about you. I'm pretty sure it's more about you only, but if you understand every single day to never focus on what they're saying, but more focus on what you're saying. And now, if you understand every single day that they're trying to lead you astray over here, and you have to understand it's more about your words over here than their words. So focus upon understanding that everything that's going on in the news is very negative. So if you focus upon understanding that no matter what, that in your life, you must understand that there are never a war. For sure, there's never a war in your life, but in their world, for sure, yes. For sure, there's a war. For sure, there's a goal. For sure, there's a war going on. For sure, there's a war going on around the world somewhere. I understand. For sure, around the world somewhere. For sure, there's a war going on all the time. I understand. But in you, I mean, make sure that you have no wars going on inside of you, because your world is different from their world. You understand? I mean, your world is a peaceful world, but their world is destructive. I mean, so forget the power game in terms of their world and control your life to have power in you to focus upon helping people, because that way you're going to understand how to grow, and you're going to understand it's never about demolishing people and killing them, but it's more about making sure that you understand how to lift yourself. And now when you're lifting yourself and you're communicating in front of people much more, you're going to look attractive. And I understand that, for example, every single day you have to understand you have to be going up to people and you have to be praying in front of them. And you have to understand to sometimes beg them to never kill other people. I understand, because when you do that, you're just going to be looking much more attractive. And you're going to be looking much more like who you need to be. You understand? Because I understand that Jesus Christ definitely goes up to people to tell them to never kill people. You understand? Because every single day you have to focus upon understanding that it's more about lifting people and the vibe together, and to be as one is who we are. So I understand every single day that we are just the word I. Roshna, every single day it's more about I than we. Roshna, every single day focus upon understanding that I over ours, and it's I over us. I understand. So I realize that no matter what, I can only trust the word I. I realize I trust nothing else except I. I rush now every single day that no matter how good you are to me, I'll trust the word I only. Rush now every single day I focus upon understanding that I just go and really, really dwell upon a better life. And now because I do dwell upon a better life, I focus upon understanding that the world is, let's say, much better than yesterday in my world, but other people's worlds are screwed up in terms of, they're screwing themselves over. Rush, they're screwing themselves over and they're screwing themselves up. And it's because of their communicational skills. And now, if you focus on other people, you have to better their communicational skills. You have to be focusing on your side of the things every single time, and focus on understanding that you can never better other people with words. You can only better yourself with words. No matter what you told them in terms of life, I gave you all these ideas, but guess what? You must understand that it's much better for you to understand that I've been opening doors for you to understand to click yourself into a better way, but understand although you have to communicate it yourself. Nobody's going to teach you how to communicate. You have to communicate yourself. You have to learn how to talk yourself. I promise you, you have to understand every single day I'm learning how to talk myself, but I can teach you how to talk yourself. I can teach you anything, but you have to teach yourself. You understand? I can do anything all the time. Now, every single time I'm always making sure they have to understand that when they are destructive upon you and when they hold you prisoner or when they putting handcuffs on you or if they are doing anything to hold you accountable in life, you have to understand it's more for your empathy and for who you are every single day. But if they're always trying to, let's say, physically hurt you, then it's different. I mean, you understand? But if they're always, let's say, holding you captive or something like that, I promise you it's more for your benefit to go inwards and to understand to better communicate yourself into greatness, because I understand that there is a power around you right now that's trying to help you to grow. Personally, if you understand that, personally, it's more about understanding that no matter what, that if you're free today, personally, it's more about how are you growing today and how are you going to make sure that other people are successful. Personally, it's more about how are you going to be successful today. Personally, every single day, focus upon understanding to answer all the questions that you can and then focus upon giving people all the answers. Personally, always drink water and drink water every single hour and drink water anytime you feel you need to. I mean, understand that. I mean, understand to be hydrating yourself before a video as well. And then understand every single day that before you even do a live seminar or live public speaking gig, or before you do a 10-hour gig in terms of music production or a 6-hour gig in terms of music production in front of a crowd, or any type of gig in terms of in front of a crowd, I mean, be drinking some water and also understand to have a water bottle next to your DJ deck, or let's say in front of people, or let's say on a chair somewhere where you're giving a public speaking talk, or understand either way to call somebody over and to get some water. I mean, in a sense, every single day, focus on drinking water before you do your videos and before you do your audios and before you write something down. And understand every single day that if you're going to a toilet, I mean, make sure you groom one part of your face, and understand that if you have, if you have 10 aspects of life to groom on your face, I mean, pick one that's the most important in that time, and then go to the toilet and do what you need to do in terms of poop and pee, and then guess what? I mean, do your eyebrows, and then go to the toilet again, and then do your teeth, and then go to the toilet again, and then do your mustache. I mean, do it all in 1 hour segments in terms of one segment, you understand? But I understand every single time you can do it all together if you want. I mean, it's much more important to understand I just do this first, I'll go to the toilet, I'll do this first. I still have to do my eyebrows though. I go to the toilet again, I'll do my eyebrows then. I'll go to the toilet again, and then I'll do my mustache. I mean, I do it in small segments here and there. I understand, so every single time I'm grooming in small segments. So I have my eyebrows to do, I have my nice beautiful shaving mechanisms over here with the razor, I have to cut up my nice beautiful mustache, I have to brush my teeth, and I have to shower. I mean, those are the 5 aspects, and then there's also my nails I have to do. So that, I mean, what else? I mean, every single day, I'm probably sure those are the 6, but 6 times I go to the toilet, I do 1 each. In a sense, so I never do it all at once, I do it in segments. I do it in segments all in once. Now, all in once is how you do it in terms of everything in eye. Although understand every single day that you're going to do everything in segments. I mean, you go to the toilet first and just do your mustache for now. I mean, go to sleep, whatever. I mean, wake up and do the shower. I mean, then go to the toilet again, and then just do your eyebrows, for example. I mean, yes, and so every single time, do it in segments and very quick notice every single day to understand that you have to lift your communicational skills. Now, if you understand that no matter what, that the more you lift your communicational skills daily, the better you are. But if you're smoking cigarettes today, I promise you it's because you're afraid. And it's because you're afraid to communicate what you love to do. Now, you have to understand that cigarettes is something that holds people back. But you have to understand, I can smoke cigarettes and be the best communicator on the planet. I mean, understand? I can do that. But I never want to smoke cigarettes because I understand that it does hurt you physically. Unfortunately, it does take away your air. Unfortunately, it does take away your lungs. I mean, you have to understand that. Now, nothing from the outside world is going to help you but your communicational skills. And now, if you can just stick to your communicational skills in life, unfortunately, that's the best medicine, and it's the best way to heal anything. Unfortunately, you must understand every single day to focus upon Jesus Christ and how they talk back in those days, so you can understand the Bible more, and just go and read yourself the Bible every single time, and then focus upon lifting yourself with the Bible, because you understand something about a story in the Bible, and it's going to give you strength. Now, if you understand every single day that you're very powerful when you have you're very powerful when you have the Bible with you, and when you're talking much better. So if somebody is telling you to shut up and to never talk, it's because they are trying to kill you. Understand? Because every single day focus upon saying that no matter what, you never shut up. I mean, never shut up for anybody, but I understand every single day focus upon understanding that it's more about lifting your words and lifting who you are daily, and making sure that no matter what, that you're going to understand how to communicate. You have to understand every single day to focus upon doing a better job. And once you're doing a better job, you'll focus on understanding that anybody who's doing sports today is going to retire very soon. But I never retire. Unfortunately, there's no retirement in my life because I understand that I'm communicating more. Now, it's more about communication than it is about retirement. You understand? Whereas now every single day focus on understanding that it's more about understanding what people are doing around the world and communicating better than them. Whereas now every single day focus on communicating better than everybody around you, and you'll be richer and you'll be the smartest in the room all the time. You understand? And then guess what? You find yourself a new room. You understand? You find yourself a different aspect of life somewhere else, and you be alone, and then you understand why you are the greatest one in the room all the time. You understand? You have to understand every single time that no matter what you're doing, you're going to understand that we're going to lift people, and we're going to understand every single day that we have to understand how to encourage, and focusing on motivating people is the best way to understand your life. Now, if you understand every single day that I've been motivating you in this whole podcast, guess what? I hope you enjoy, but guess what? You have to understand to keep following me, because I understand I have so much more content every single day to give you. But I understand every single time that my time's up in this video, but I understand every single day that my time is right now. Now, I'm always really developing myself. I understand it's much more that I go and upload 1 hour videos from now on, because it's something that I understand I achieve it much better. And then I understand I can do my videos anytime with 1 hour segments. I understand I can fit 6 hours of videos every single day, but just doing 1 hour each. You understand? I promise you, although it's more about understanding that no matter what, that you can really, really develop yourself in a better way and love your life.